Today we are going to take a look at the very basics of how to get out of debt. Hello and welcome. My name is Peter B. and I welcome you here at My First Million, where we are trying to achieve our financial goals together. So, for the very basic understanding of how to get out of debt, I'm switching over to my most favorite equation in personal finance, the wealth cycle. The wealth cycle, how does it works? Basically, we have the earnings, then we have the spendings, subtract the spendings from the earnings, and then we receive the savings. So, and what can we do with the savings? In the wealth cycle, we try to use the savings and invest those and try to get a positive rate of return from the investments, so that in the end, through the investments, the earnings are increasing. So in a simple example, let's say someone just spends $1,000, earns $1,000 per year, and at the same time, he also spends $1,000 a year. How much is he able to save? Exactly, $0. Of course, this equation can look very different depending where on the world you're living, and also depending on your earning situation and your spending situation. So, but let's say in a perfect scenario, what would this person be doing? He could be either trying to increase his earnings or decrease his spendings, or he could be doing both, like in this example now. Now he's earning $1,250 per month, so this equals $15,000 a year, and maybe he reduces his spendings by $2,000 a year. So in this equation now, he is able to save $5,000 a year, and then he can use this savings and invest this amount. Now, this is the ideal situation. Then this $5,000 can start generate also an income for us. For instance, he could invest into dividend-paying stocks, and the dividends will also add to our earnings each year. If someone is in debt, usually it's because something in this equation on the top is broken. Of course, there are many reasons why someone falls into debt. One reason could be that he's not earning anything for a period of time. So let's say someone loses his job and is not able to earn for a period of time. If he has already some savings, of course this will help him out for a period of time, because he can use up his savings for his living. However, if he has any savings yet, this situation gets bad very quickly. So if, for instance, in this situation, he's not working for 1 year, he would be ending up with minus savings. So this means, where does this minus savings comes from? Maybe from credit card debts, other loans, or maybe borrowed money from friends and family. But in the end, these savings are negative. Another thing could be that maybe he's earning some money, but his spendings are higher. This could be like a one-time huge unexpected expense, maybe a medical bill or something that suddenly hits this person. Or this could be, so in this situation, maybe in 1 year, suddenly, unexpectedly, he gets a lot of expenses that he wasn't expecting, and his savings get a huge hit within 1 year. Another possibility could be that every year he's slightly overspending, maybe he's spending $15,000 instead of the 10 or 12,000 that we had before. And as a result, the savings are minus 3,000 per year. In this situation, maybe someone is living beyond their means. The means in this situation means they have 12,000 at the top to spend, but they're spending more. Again, then the question is what will be happening with this minus amount. Maybe he takes out a credit card, pays this by credit card. So what happens then to the wealth cycle if someone has a minus investment? So this won't be investment anymore. So this would be debts. And we don't have any positive flow anymore from debt into earning. Instead, it will become negative. So this is now not a positive cycle, it's a negative cycle. So let's see. So the cycle is changing. There isn't additional money coming in from investment into earnings anymore. Instead, this person most likely need to pay some interest on his debts, at least if it's not borrowed from friends or family. But even maybe from friends or family, they also have contingencies if they allow him to give some money. But let's say, okay, he gets some credit card debts, and maybe he needs to pay 10% interest per year on this credit card debt. How much will he be paying after 1 year? He will be adding another minus $300. Another $300 are going out of his pocket in this situation because he has $3,000 in debt, and then the 10% interest on the debt per year. So this is moving into the spending. So this equation is changing. The spendings are changing. Let's assume in a simplistic world that everything else stays the same. Let's assume so only the $300 additional in spending is added here. So instead of $15,000 a year, he will be spending a total of $15,300 a year. So in the second year, how much will he be saving? He will not just be losing the $3,000. He will be losing $3,300. So in addition to the original $3,000, he will be having another $3,300. And now again, let's assume everything else stays the same. After the second year, so for the third year, he need to pay an additional $300 in interest from his first year of debt, the $3,000. And then he need to pay an additional $330 from his second years of debt. So his debt is also combined. Now he doesn't have just $3,000 or $3,300 in debt. He has $6,300 in debt. So the third year, the equation will change, assuming everything else stays the same. So the 15,300 get bumped up to 15,630. So in the third year, he is even losing more money, just simply because of the interest is starting to add up. So let's do one last round. This means he gets another $3,300 $3,630 in, I did here typo, in debt. So as a result, there's even more outflow from his pockets, simply from the interest. In this situation, for the third year, another minus $363. And you see, the amount for each additional step is, although his earning is the same and his basic spending is the same, the amount is compounding in a negative way. First year, he only needed to pay, for the first year debt, he only needed to pay $300. And now it's already, after 3 years, it's already $363. So this means for the fourth year, there's another $363 flowing out of his pocket. And as a result, he's even spending more. So it would be $993. I hope I didn't do any calculation mistakes here. And after 4 years, so this has increased to nearly $1,000 more. He's still having exactly the same life, but he is now having a negative saving of even $1,000 more than what he started with. So, what can we take away from this? First of all, I know life is not easy. There are many reasons why someone falls into debt. And besides mortgage payment, I'm in a lucky position that I've never been in debt. So I cannot really put myself in the situation, but I can understand that life is hard, life is tough for many people out there. And there are many assets, there are many reasons why someone falls into debt. It could be that someone loses his job for a period of time. It could be that he's just not so careful with his spendings. It could be that some unexpected expenses is hitting someone. The only thing what I want to show here with this simple equation and cycle is, where a calculation puts someone in debt, it's also important to understand that the same calculations, if reversed, can take you out of debt. Coming back to the wealth cycle, or in this case now it's a debt cycle. What could be this person doing in order to improve his situation? Again, he could be doing the exact same thing. He could be either trying to increase his earnings, and I know this also sounds very simple, but simple doesn't necessarily mean easy. Or he could be trying to reduce his expenses, maybe reduce even more. Or he could be even trying to do both at the same time, as in this situation. And so in this situation, now after this, he will be spending less. He will be spending more, something like this. After 3 years of getting in debt, he realized maybe he need to shift things around. He need to increase his earnings and decrease his spendings. So as a result, if, of course, I'm not sure how much he can increase his earnings or decrease his spendings, but in this simple example, he would be able to suddenly start save money. And the result here, he can start to pay off the debt. So, to conclude this video, if you realize that you are in a negative cycle, if you're not in a wealth cycle, you're in a debt cycle, and instead of the spiral spinning better and better, getting better and better thanks of the investment in the wealth cycles, each year your spiral is going down each year into the debt cycle, and your situation is getting worse and worse. The only thing what you need you need to do is, first you need to acknowledge the situation. You need to tell yourself clearly that this situation is not good and you need to get out as fast as possible. And how you can do that? Try to increase your earnings, try to live as frugal as possible in order to get out of debt as fast as possible. As said, I'm not a debt expert. And of course, the situation, what exactly you need to do, it depends very much on your situation. What's the reason why someone is getting in debt? How much is he able to increase his earnings? How much is this person able to decrease the spendings? But for everyone in this situation, I wish you all the best and try to learn more on how to flip things around as much as possible. And I hope you can do it as aggressively as possible. Try to earn more, try to spend less so that you can come out of debt as fast as possible. I hope this is a goal that you can achieve. As mentioned, I'm not a debt expert. I can only share my opinion and give some suggestions. If someone is really in debt, I would recommend, for instance, listen to Dave Ramsey. So this is not a commercial. I don't have any affiliation with Dave Ramsey, but I followed his channel for a while, and potentially for a mindset shift and for getting the right things done in order, I think maybe Dave Ramsey's approach would help a lot of people. Potentially not everyone, but a lot of people. So check out his YouTube channel. So thanks a lot for your time here at My First Million. I hope here we can help each other out, win financially together, and every one of us can achieve his financial goals. Thanks a lot. I wish you a great day. See you soon.